What's up, guys? Second98 here, bringing you my 20-second Wi-Fi battle. This is against, oh god, Anjo. Doesn't matter. He's got a Shuckle. I think that's what he's gonna lead off with, either that or his Sableye, because Sableye can, get that priority taunt, no matter how fast you are, no matter what happens, he's gonna get that taunt off, and you can't set up hazards. So, yeah, I'm using a rain team, which has been working well for me in the past, I have to say. Yeah, so my 20-second battle actually got deleted because of all the hate that I got on it because of my Intimidate Rosary. Everyone said it was like a total game changer, but it wasn't, so I don't see why people are mad, bro. Because I could have just switched into Hitmontop, but whatever, this is a different battle. He's gonna go for Protect, and these first 4, I think, plays, I'm really proud of myself, because I know that, well, I now know that Parasong goes through Protect. I'm gonna Parasong this thing, I'm gonna switch out, go into Jolteon, and on this turn, he's gonna set up Stealth Rock. So I get the feeling that he's gonna Protect again, if he's already done that. So I'm actually going to Volt Switch, but like I said, he does Protect, like I thought he would. And now his Perish Count thing went to 1, so now I know for a fact he has to switch. I do not think that he wants to just let his Shuckle die. I mean, I don't what use is it, but still. So I'm gonna go into my Mallow because, whenever Mallow cries, he makes it rain. That's exactly what Politoed does, he makes it rain. If anyone gets the reference, here's a cookie. So he's gonna go for the Trick, which is pretty uncommon. I mean, I've only used Sableye and Yu-Yu, and I usually run Taunt, Foul Play, Well, and Recover. But I'm gonna go for the Scald here in the rain, knowing that I can hit whatever comes in pretty hard. But he actually stays in, and I do get the burn on the Scald. And I get a little bit of hacks here, because I get the burn on the Scald, and then he misses Willow, but Willow doesn't even have perfect accuracy. I think it's only got like 80 or 85 or something. But point is, if it can miss, it will. So he's gonna go into the Lucario, and I already know that since he doesn't have any weather to counter mine, I've pretty much won the weather war. So I do stay in with my Politoed and let him take the close combat, and oh my god, he lives. I have only 56 EVs in defense investment. I cannot believe I lived. I'm gonna fire back with the Scald, and that's going to kill. That is amazing. I was so surprised, but since he tricked me that lagging tail earlier on, there's nothing really I could do about it. I don't know why he would go into this thing and give away his hidden power, but that crit so mattered. I didn't even notice it while I was playing. But I am going to go into my Navi, who's the Trolling Fairy, which is really annoying. And he's gonna go into Shuckle, and I'm going to set up a sub on the Switch, which is, good play on my part, I guess. I mean, I knew that he was going to switch for a fact, because there was nothing really that they could do to me, considering he probably had HP Fire because it was not very effective, either that or Ice, and it didn't do anything. So I'm going to go for the Calm Mind. He's going to switch into Coon. I'm expecting him to also be Calm Mind Suicune then, because that's the only reason he would go into this thing, considering Suicune is usually physically defensive, or even Poke. I'm going to go for the Thunder here, which is going to do a ton of damage. I mean, my god, Jirachi at +1 is not something to be reckoned with. He's gonna go for Calm Mind here, which is like, ah, shit. So, it kind of sucks here that, he's a Calm Mind set. I mean, any other set would have just been completely strawless, and I probably would have been able to, sweep. But, I don't play to sweep. I've said this to my friends, anyone that plays Pokemon at least, all the time. I don't want to win by sweeping. So I do get the Paralyze here, and I get the feeling that he's gonna rest within the near future, so I do actually go for another sub after this play, and honestly, this was pretty stupid of me. I mean, this did cost me a little bit, because now he's going to be able to fire back a Scald after this, because I'm gonna set up a sub, thinking that he's probably gonna rest, but he doesn't, so he's not even a rest Suicune. And because of the Leftovers recovery after this turn, he's going to be able to live another Thunder, and I'm going to have to be forced to take a ton of damage from a Scald +1 in the rain, which, no one ever wants to do, unless you're like Gastrodon or something. So I do hit the thunder. I mean, it can't miss because, you know, rain. I hope maybe for power hacks, but, you know, it wasn't too vital that I got them there. And I didn't, so it really didn't matter in the end. So I'm going to just keep firing. I think I fire off another thunder. I'm not sure. I don't know why I keep saying fire off. But, you know, I don't actually think that thunder in the rain is actually that good because of Weather Wars. Because, you know, if there's like a sun team, then you don't even have perfect accuracy of hitting it, which is like not that good. I mean, the only reason that's good is because of perfect accuracy. And on Jirachi, that big chance to paralyze. So I see that he sends in the Latios, and I'm like, if I can get this thing paralyzed, it's done. It's crippled. It's shit. It's worthless. And Jirachi's main focus is to do things like that. So I actually do end up getting the Thunder Wave off. The Thunder off, which is pretty damn helpful in my opinion. And I was able to now get him paralyzed. I know that he's paralyzed, and I know that even though it is rain boosted, it is resisted, so I can take a surf from this thing, and he's probably gonna still think that he's faster because I'm pretty sure that these things are dirt slow, or he's gonna expect me to overpredict, and I don't. I hit that thing smack right in the face with an ice punch with huge power and choice band. That's a definite KO. I'm not sure what this thing wants to do to me, though I do know that its hidden power is definitely not electric because it wasn't super effective. So I do go into Jirachi just to scout to see what he's going to do. He goes for Focus Blast, which is honestly kind of weird. I have never seen Excelgor in action, and the fact that I've only seen Hidden Power and Focus Blast doesn't tell me much about what it does. So I'm going to send in my Jolteon on the double down, just when I'm down, because, well, why not? I think he's hoping for a Paralyze here, because maybe he's got Gyro Ball and he could really do some serious damage, even though he's not like banded or has pitiful attack, but still. So I'm going to go for the Thunder, and I noticed that for whatever reason I'm not Specs, which really surprised me. So I do go for the Volt Switch, and he's gonna Toxic me on the Switch, and that's okay with me because I know for a fact that any choice user isn't usually gonna stay in for very long. He's gonna go for the Protect though, which is kind of it's a good play on his part. And the Toxic's going to do a little bit of damage, and I know that I can't really stay in here for very long, and he gets a double Protect off, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm going to get outstalled by a freaking Shuckle. Shuckle, with an L. So he's going to go for another Protect, which is like, oh my god, dude, and I'm going to hit a Waterfall finally. I finally hit the Waterfall, which is just awesome. It's not like I could have missed or anything. But he actually has Rocky Helmet, which did a little bit of... would have done a little bit of damage to me if he didn't have Toxic up there. I'm going to go into my Jolteon, who's my fastest poke, and he's going to go into his Excelgor. I don't know what these things are going to do, but I could assume by just its name, Excelgor, that it's meant to be fast, so I'm going to hit it with a Thunder. That's almost going to kill, and he's just going to fire a Hidden Power off at me, and I never got to see really what this thing's meant to do. He does forfeit at this point, which is, I don't know, he knows that he lost. There's nothing he could have possibly done in this situation, but good game, man. So I hope you guys enjoyed this battle, and tomorrow or later,